Hello everyone, so today's video is a Happy Mail journal with me that I had actually filmed back in late September, I think, or was it October, but I had finally gotten the chance to edit them. So this first Happy Mail is from Anna's Patreon reward. She started a Patreon and I was really excited when I found out that she wanted to start one because it would be a great way to support her as a creator. So the theme was junk journaling, and she included this really sweet handwritten note. And I like receiving handwritten letters because I think that it's very personal and it's just very nice to see another person's handwriting. I don't know if that's just me, but anyways, there's a lot of pretty papers inside the package. Of course, she inserted a tear apart paper pack that has a lot of beautiful neutral colored papers that you could layer inside your journals, and I was so relieved that everything was neutral because I'm afraid of color and I find neutral paper easier to work with. And this pack also had her favorite stationery items, Avril yarn, which is fancy yarn, and as well as some little bits of her stationery collection. And she included these classic-y tags that she makes. They're just so beautiful, the way she layers the stamps and washi and stickers together. And of course, she made a junk journal for all of us. There was a junk journal inside this envelope. They were made out of little selections of different types of paper. I love how she curated all these junk journals. There's just a lot of interesting textures. And since it's a neutral palette, it's very easy to work with, and it's very cute because it's so tiny. And I was really surprised to see that she included something for my birthday. I was really surprised also when she wrote down my favorite song from Red Velvet's Day 2 album. So all the stuff inside her Happy Mail for September was so beautiful. I was just in awe when I opened everything. And this next one is very bittersweet because it was Alice's last time restocking her shop for the year. So it was very bittersweet for me to open everything. And the funny thing about my order was that I actually forgot that she was restocking on a certain day because I was out that night. So when I remembered that it was her reopening, everything was sold out and people bought a lot of stuff really quickly. But I still managed to get some stickers and some prints that I really wanted, and I was really happy to be able to get the postcards that she was selling on her store because I really love her illustration style, and her choice of colors are really nice and they're just nice to hang up on the wall. As you can see later, I pasted some of them on my wall. So initially I was planning to journal inside my passport size, but unfortunately I had blanked out when I opened my passport. I just stared at it for a long time and I didn't know what to do, so I figured that I might as well try again with the regular size, which I left unused for most of September and October because I had gotten so used to the size of the passport that the regular suddenly got too big and that it just was very overwhelming to use. But I opened it again and was so inspired by the Happy Mail that I got from Alice and Anna that everything just started to flow smoothly. And I actually made 2 spreads in one seating, which is amazing because usually I come up with spreads very slowly, but everything just came out. And the theme for this page was actually very celestial and dreamy and very out of this world. Mostly I think because I used the print that I got from Alice. The girl inside the print was holding some stars and some planets. That's why it came about. And if you know me and if you see a lot of my spreads, I barely use cool tone colors. I'm afraid of using blues and purples because I find myself very comfortable with neutral colors and warmer tones like light browns, beige, and white. So This spread was quite of a challenge to make, but I was just using some of the stuff that came with the packaging of the orders. That's why I was very comfortable in the end to complete this spread that's very cool tone. Using a lot of circle stickers to fill in the empty spaces. I'm very much of a maximalist, so whenever I see blank space, I just kind of freak out. So I'm just filling up every corner as I can. I'm just layering some more paper onto the corners of the spread to fill it up. So I'm also using some of her stickers, which are some of my favorites to use inside my journal because her illustrations can encapsulate a certain feeling that you're going for when you make a spread. I know that a lot of you know what I'm talking about. So I just use a lot of donut stickers, which I'm obsessed with, and this jar full of stars, which fit the celestial theme a lot. And I just wrote down a quote from The Haunting of Hill House. It says, "My cup of stars." I know that this show doesn't have any relation to this spread, but I just thought that it fits well. So it was just a very dreamy spread, and I'm quite happy with how they turned out. It was something new to me, like especially the blues and the purples in the spread. And I also like decorating underneath the tip-ins just so that when you open it, it's still decorated and then like there's something pretty under it. So I like to decorate it just a little bit. And this is the next spread that I made. This one is for Anna's Happy Meal, and I was just layering some more things onto the page. And if you'd see the end result, this spread was actually very colorful. I know that it might sound dramatic that it's very colorful when in reality there's just slight pops of color, but to me this is very colorful because I used a lot of bright blues and greens as well as some yellows, and like I said, I would always gravitate towards neutral colors like browns and all that. So this was very challenging, but at the same time I was very surprised by the end result because I did quite like it. And of course it was inspired by Anna. She makes the most amazing spreads, and the way she layers on her pages are really nice. And this is my tiny treasure box that contains some word cutouts that I got from a book that I have here at home. These two phrases do not relate with each other, but I wanted to put them together because I figured that it would be nice. So it just says, "The quietness of our thoughts into memories so pleasant." So now you can see that there are so much different colors inside this spread, but in a way, even if they're different, they kind of look cohesive, and I'm quite happy with how they look like. So that is all for today. I'd like to thank you first of all for being here, for clicking on this video, for spending some time with me. I hope that you are well, and I hope to see you again next time.